Hey, it's Dark Matter. This video is for Dave. A little bit of how to, just quick rundown of your functionality of the Proffieboards. When they come out of the shipping box, obviously they're going to be asleep, so just open it up right there at that joint. This one has a recharge port and kill key. This one has a removable battery. I'll show you, but this is more just the functionality of the Proffi itself. So just pull that.
Why don't you surrender, and then we can both go and ask him.
So now that you're booted up, throw a blade in here, even though space is limited. I'm going to do it anyway. Quick press on the power, turn your blade on. The auxiliary will allow you to cycle through the different banks. To play your music track, just hold the main button for a couple seconds. Turn it off the same way. While the music is playing, you can still light the blade up and everything, and it has all the same functionality as it normally would. Also, as I was explaining in the email to you, most of these are set up with the color wheel for Proffi. So while the blade is on, what I do is I just hold down the aux and then just tap the ignition button, main button, and you hear a little audio cue, and then you can just twist the saber this way and this way and that. When you get to a color that you like, just hit the main button again, and it'll lock it in until the board is rebooted. So when you put your kill key back in and pull it back out, the board reboots. But until you do that, it'll remember where you left it. So I'll show you that real quick. So find your, and there you go. And then next time you turn it on, it'll remember that. As I said, until the board reboots. And to go to your next bank.
Lord Vader.
And that's it. Also, to turn the saber off and on, it's just a quick, you don't have to hold it down, just a quick tap. Some of the tracks like this, the hallway scene, turn that out, like the hallway scene, they're fun to, play along with. That's why it's fun to, use the saber while the music track is playing sometimes. There are a couple of blade styles on here that do not have the color wheel, but they're specialized ones, and I'll show you.
I claim this sword. Jedi, prepare for death.
The last one was the Dark Saber. I don't believe that one has the color wheel. This is the Magna Guard Electro Staff. I don't believe this one has the color wheel either. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. I stand corrected.
Don't insult me.
I can't activate anything because I just do not have the room in here. Regular blasters, clashes, and blocks and everything work the same. If you want to do the lightning block, while the saber's on, hold down the main button and tap the aux. It's going to be hard to show here. So hold, know the Lord of the Rings font does not have the color wheel because it's just fire. So each bank will have sort of like force sounds. They're programmable. I mean, you can, once you get into programming the Proffi, you can change all that stuff around. But to get those, it's just like the same as playing a music track, just a quick press and hold and release on the main, but while the blade is on.
The map to Skywalker. We know you found it. And now you're going to give it to the First Order. The map to Skywalker. We know you found it.
Ben Solo.
There is more than one, generally, but they're random, so sometimes it repeats.
Save. Are you a Jedi? I am.
Empress Palpatine.
Young Rey.
Smooth Jedi.
This last one is your battery level indicator. Okay, I almost knocked everything over there. Battery level, which it's about halfway down, which indicates that I need to charge this before I ship it to you. And then the next one is back to number 1.
Hello, Master. It's been a while.
Okay, so basically on this one the functionality is going to be exactly the same, except the buttons are both in line here. Brakes at basically the same spot. However, this one doesn't have the kill key, it just has the kill switch right here. And the battery on this one is removable. So you can take it out, charge it. Please note, if you can see it, the little pluses that I put there, little minuses right there. So just make sure you get the battery back in the same way that it was. And then you can...
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
The saber is a bit quieter just because the speaker is about half the size of the other one, but that's just because of the small ID. But the functionality is exactly the same. Oh, I got the blade plug-in, but you get the idea. All the same button movements and gestures and everything are exactly the same. Yeah, the only difference is how you're gonna charge it. This one just doesn't have a charge port. This is really fingerprinty, so I'll clean that up too before it goes out. Dave, if you have any more questions, please just email me. I'll explain. One thing, if you want to get into programming the Proffieboard, there's a bit of a learning curve, but keep in mind that you cannot read what's on the Proffi. They're write only, so it's vital that you have and keep a copy of the config. There's a copy of it on the SD card there. Do I have I was looking for I have another SD card, but anyway, on the Proffi, the SD card just slides in. There's no, like on a CFX, it's captured by a spring mechanism. On Proffi, that's not the case. It just goes in there, seats in there, and that's it. But as I said, you can't read what's on this. So if, you know, sometimes people will send me a Proffieboard and say, you know, my configuration's messed up. Can you fix it? No. No, I can't. I can make you a new one, but I can't fix what you had unless you have a copy of what was already on there. So both of these sabers are going to have a copy, and it'll be a .h file. Everything else on there is audio, so it's easy to see. But and that's your config. Save an unaltered copy of it, and then, you know, make another copy of it you can mess around with and, you know, try to edit. And if you screw up, it's no big deal because you have the one that came with, so you can always get back to, you know, this from the way I shipped it to you. Once you learn, it's not terrible bad. It's not too hard. It is a bit challenging at first, but once you get the hang of it, the Proffi is so flexible. It can do pretty much anything you can think of. So yeah, there you go, Dave. If you have any more questions, please feel free to get in touch, and thanks for watching.